Welcome into Higher Living, everyone. Welcome to my guest, my special friend that I met, my spiritual friend that I had one of those encounters with. I went to get a haircut, which I'm not wearing a hat today. It's the best my hair's looked in a long time. Welcome in, Deb.
Hi, Lance. How are you, honey?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing well, doing well. Say, glad to have that you have me on today.
Oh,
Glad.
absolutely. I thank you for making time. And, it's just one of those things. So I went to get a haircut finally, had an interview for something recently, and went somewhere. I just moved. And, within probably a sentence or two of sitting in the chair, I was like, all right, this is not like, she's not like everybody else. And, and that's a good thing. I say that as a compliment. Uh,
Right.
I just love how, spiritual people that are going through this process together, we always meet up along the way. And something came up quick about you wanting to do a podcast at some point. It's like, all right, I got to have her on. But I mean, it
Right.
went from
I've been saying it for about 2 weeks now that I wanted to do a podcast. And I'd be dog if you didn't sit in my chair like 2 weeks before that. I was like, I need a podcast. And here comes Lance sitting in my
how about
chair
it?
and has a
How about it?
podcast.
How about it? I know, right? The
Yep,
way the universe works, it's amazing.
that's correct.
Well,
That's
thank you so
correct.
much for coming on.
So, well, I
Honored
appreciate you
to
having
have
me.
you. You're a bright light. You, like a lot of us that are going through the spiritual awakening, it's not always been an easy road by any stretch of the imagination.
Not at all. Not at
Not at
all.
all.
Not at
So
all.
tell
It
us a little bit about your background. Just start there, I guess.
Um, I am as you know, a cosmetologist.
Hmm.
I also work as a desorologist at a funeral home right here in Birmingham.
Hmm.
I have been on this spiritual journey now. I really started noticing my 11, my numerical, numbers lining up around probably about 11 years ago, really paying attention to it. And just like I told you, previously when we've talked, that I see that happening now too as
Hmm.
well. I've always known that I was a spiritual being.
Hmm.
I've always kind of been in tune, been able to talk my way in and out of problems and being able to problem solve and being able to talk to the universe and being able to get what I need back. And does it happen overnight? No, it does not happen overnight. It's just it is what it is at the time of experiencing it, and you've got to go on this journey in order to really experience what you and I experience in life every day. You know,
Absolutely.
um, I am I would say my spiritual journey really kicked off probably about like I said, about 11 years ago, really paying attention to the synchronicities and stuff like that, numerical numbers, and really just started asking myself, who am I? What am I here to do? Who am I here to, you know, be as far as a light being? Um, try to shed light everywhere I go, even if it's just a hey, hello with a bright smile, you see your pretty whites, so on and so forth, just like um, I was abused as a
Hmm.
child, okay, and really knowing um, and making it out of the situation that I was in. um, I kind of started questioning, who is God? Who am I? What am I here for? Um, and lo and behold, it's led me to this. Um, Everybody, I feel like, has a so-called Christ in them.
Hmm. Hmm.
It's all about if you tap into it or not.
Hmm.
Um, I was raised by grandparents and a single
Hmm.
mom.
Hmm.
Um, and my granddad, not so much, he was never into church or anything like that, but my grandmother was always into church. She
Hmm.
always spoke life into us.
Hmm.
And and hearing that, I always knew, that there was something behind that. She kind of forced it into us, and I hate to say force, but speaking life into somebody that's always, just it being who we are, speaking life into somebody is, have a good day,
Mm-hmm.
or, this too shall pass,
Mm-hmm.
or whatever, whatever you've heard as, as a kid just growing up. But I would say my between the abuse and going through a 15-year marriage,
Mm-hmm.
kind of just slung me into just asking, just what am I supposed to do? Where am I supposed to go? And as I've gone on this journey, I have found that there are a lot of people that really need someone to reach out, or to be able to reach out to someone and actually connect
Mm-hmm.
spiritually,
Yeah.
and really know that, hey, I'm not the only one out here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not, this is not it for me,
Yeah.
So that's kind of my background, and just, I'd love to go more into it, but we're on limited time. So,
Yeah,
that,
we'll have you
yeah,
back more and more.
right.
And I love I find it fascinating you said about 11 years ago, because that's precisely when mine really kicked in. And I have
Really?
been doing medical sales and have been, very successful. And it was around January 2011. I had like an awards night and won all these awards and all this stuff. And I was just up there. I just remember being like, is this it?
Yeah.
Is this it? Like, I
Yeah.
just was not fulfilled with those things. And I think that's part of our path. And, like you mentioned stuff in childhood, and I lost my dad when I was 8 months old. My mom got remarried. So I didn't have any memory, but I spent,
Mhm.
30 into my mid late 30s before I even really acknowledged my dad. And,
Right.
it definitely, I think that's part of the awakening process is we have to deal with the shit that we try to bury.
That we don't want to deal
We don't
with,
want to
that
deal with.
people in life really suppress their feelings.
Mhm.
They walk around, and we are emotional beings. We
Yeah.
do have, in order to talk to the universe, you have to have emotion. And previously when we had talked, I told you that I recognized that, I had a stepfather that passed.
Mhm.
I didn't have emotion.
Mhm.
I had a granddaddy pass. There was no emotion,
Mhm.
so I had to tap into those emotions and really deal with what I did not want to deal with.
Yeah.
I had suppressed the fact of just, you're not supposed to cry. You're not supposed to cry. You're not supposed to do that, because I am the oldest of three children,
Mhm.
and my mom, this was her husband, and, she was a single mom.
Yeah.
She had to do, I was the next one in charge of, oh God, no, that's not right. You
Yeah.
got to adult at this point,
Yeah.
So I think just dealing with a lot of your, the childhood and all the way up through till now, because we're faced with obstacles every day, things, and I say obstacles, I'm talking about, you can walk out here and be, introduced to a man on the street, and you, just like you and I, you didn't know who I was.
Mhm.
Yes. Did you look? Did you see light projecting? Yes, you seen light projecting after you and I got to talking. You get what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And you knew that I wasn't a quote unquote we'll say normal human, but I'm a
Yeah,
spiritual
exactly.
human.
Absolutely.
So that's,
Take that as a compliment.
you're right.
When the going
And
gets
so
weird, the weird turn pro.
that's right. That's right. But I really I really enjoy conversations like you and I have had,
Mhm.
just over just years of
Mhm.
just sitting behind the chair, just knowing people come in, and me being, I say prophesizing, and I'm
Mhm.
me being able to prophesize, because a prophecy is words that
Yeah.
come out of your mouth, things
Mhm.
that you speak into
Mhm.
life is what it
Mhm.
is. And I've always, I've always I've always had that in me. I've always
Mhm.
been able to speak life into people and been able to bring them out of the deep, dark holes that they're in. Because what people fail to realize is, or us humans, spiritual humans, that are that consider ourselves lost, we're not lost.
Mhm.
You're never lost. You're
Mhm.
never lost. All you got to do is feel your way through.
Yeah.
Calm down and meditate and feel your way through.
Yep.
It'll give you clarity. The universe will give you clarity. It's all out here.
Yep.
It's everywhere you see, it's out here.
Yeah.
So
And as far as spiritual, like I say that as if we're I don't intend that like we're better than other people, because I believe and I know you don't either. We're all spiritual beings having a human experience. I think it's a
That's
matter
right.
of more people of being asleep, stuck in the matrix per se, just doing what we've been taught to do. And like I've known my whole life that I'm here for something bigger. I knew there's going to be
Hmm.
something massive happen in my lifetime. I believe fully that we are in the process of shifting from 3D to 5D, a 3D Earth to a 5D Earth right now.
Right.
And
Well, and
I
it's and if you look, everything right now, and I don't know how you see it, but everything is really vivid. Everything's really vivid right now. I'm talking about the trees, the colors of the trees,
mhm,
the sun, the lights, any type of light that you see.
mhm,
That's showing you that we are transitioning
mhm,
into a different, regardless if people say, oh, it's the new world order, or whatever they say. I don't, I feel like we're leveling up at this point.
mhm,
You get what I'm saying? And
mhm,
you and I have, I won't say have all the knowledge, but we have some knowledge in
mhm,
helping people be able to transition from the 3D, which is material,
mhm,
which we can tangibly touch. We
mhm,
are tangibly touching everything,
mhm,
to a more spiritual 5D,
mhm,
being able to see things as as the projector.
mhm.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
um and and believing in our projections,
Mhm,
you know so in saying that, we are the projector, the
mhm,
projections, and regardless if it's good, bad, because we all have that magical power that
mhm,
things can go sideways. You
mhm,
get what I'm saying? But you've got to believe within yourself that
mhm,
anything that you put out there that's good,
mhm,
or so-called bad,
mhm,
because we all have experiences that we go through, that you know that there is a consequence, which is the
mhm.
universe sending back to you your vibration.
Absolutely.
So I mean, it's all about just being able to transition, just being able to help a person, just like you and I have spoken before, being able to help, if it's just one person,
Mhm.
transition from that 3D to that 5D.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I think, that's why I'm doing this and trying to do this more regularly and making videos. And I mean, I know I'm here for more, and I know what I'm not here to do. I cannot go back to what I was doing. So it's been a tough transition for me. Um, and I'm still navigating that. But like you said, that is my goal. If this podcast helps one person, if a video helps one person, something I
Right.
write helps one person, like that's got to be the motive, and it's coming from a place of serving. I'm here to serve, man. I'm here to make this world a better place in whatever way I'm
Right.
called to do. And I don't know
Right.
all the specifics yet, but I got to keep taking those steps and keep.
But who's to say that when you walk out, just like I say every day that I walk into a grocery store, the mask that I wear, when we were told to put on masks, I told myself, Deborah, you cannot wear a mask that covers up your mouth.
I hate
First of
that.
all, I'm not a very outspoken person. I don't
Yeah,
have a loud voice.
yeah.
So I knew that I had to wear a mask that still projected light. I still had to be able to project light into, you get what I'm saying? So I got me a
Oh, I
clear
do,
mask,
100%.
and I was bound and determined. Yes, as funny as people, oh, I like your mask. That's not the reason why I wore it. I wore it
Yeah.
because I still needed to shed light to people out here, even through a pandemic that we knew nothing about.
Yeah,
You get what I'm saying? And
I
still
do.
hold hope, and still give you hope, still give you light, still give you the belief that you are okay. You're okay.
It's
So
funny you mentioned
it's
that,
just
and I didn't get the clear mask early on, but I would draw like smiley faces. But I'm with you. Like that's what I miss, is like being able to smile at people and smile back. And I think that's where we are in this world, in this 3D to 5D. 3D represents so much more of a fear-based mentality. And that, like all the stuff in the news, like a friend asked me the other day about some shooting. I don't know. I'm out,
I know,
man.
because I
I'm
don't watch.
out.
I
I'm
don't watch
out.
it.
I don't have TV anymore. I don't watch the news. I don't read the news. And,
And say
there's times I've got caught.
this electronical device right here that I'm
Yeah.
on,
Yeah.
this is what I'm on all the time. You get
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
I'm always researching. I'm always researching.
Yeah.
If I'm not on the phone talking, to someone, I am always researching because I always want to know more. I
Yeah.
want to know more about who I am and what I am.
Yeah.
And yes, do I know that I'm Debra? Yes, I know that I'm Debra. I know I am comfortable in my skin right now talking to Lance,
Yes, you
telling you
are.
that I am a spiritual being and I know that I project light everywhere I go. You get what
Absolutely.
I'm saying? The people who see me light up, just like when you walked in. I don't take that for granted by no means, but I know that I project light and I help people. You get what I'm saying? On
Absolutely.
a daily basis.
You're right.
On a daily basis.
And I'm glad you said that because, I mean, I've been struggling somewhat just because I'm in this in-between place, but I've got to get back to that. I mean, it doesn't have to be in your job, in your, like it, what we're doing. Like, I mean, that's a good reminder for me. Look, I've just been through a huge move, massive life changes. So it's been a bit of a struggle for me lately. I don't have any problem sharing that. I'm open
Right.
with my life.
And it's just like I
mean,
told you, who are we if we don't go through life struggles? If we
Yeah.
don't reevaluate who we are, or what we have been taught,
Yeah.
who are we? I mean, that's where the whole question comes out of, who am I?
Yeah.
What am I really here to do? Who am I really here to, uh, and everybody has different beliefs, but everybody has the spirit inside of them to do good and to project light. You've just got to want to tap into it. And I'm going to tell you, every time that I have a conversation like this with someone, it enlightens me so much more.
Pumps
It
you up.
makes me feel vibrant.
Yeah.
It makes me feel like I'm on top of the earth. I mean,
Vibrating. It's a higher vibration.
It's just a vibration. Like I can feel my crown tingling right now. It's just amazing. People, they have to experience it to know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's so strong. It's a strong feeling.
And I think there's just tons of awakening going on. And one thing you said about it reminded me of a Wavy Gravy quote. Do you know who Wavy Gravy is?
I don't.
Oh, you got to
But
check him out.
I will look.
He's still alive. He's older. He was like big at Woodstock and part of the hog farm in the 60s. But there's a great documentary. He's one of my heroes, but just done so much good. But he always says, put your good where it does the most. And that's what we're here to do.
Right.
And so many of us just exist. So many just exist, and there's more, like that's what it's all about. That this path to awakening, to enlightenment is to allow that, to figure out. Mark Twain had a great quote: the two most important days of your life are the day you're born and the day you figure out why.
That's why. That's right. That's right. The figuring out why. But what I want to tell my spiritual beings that will be watching this is that you never stop. Who am I? It is always a transition. There is always transitions. There are always ascension processes. We are always who we are now.
Yeah.
There is always a now in the future. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But now is who I am now. I think about, okay, well, I want to be better than yesterday. I am now. Let's not be better than yesterday. Let's be now.
Yeah. Yeah.
That makes it puts it in so much more perspective is, and me being, because I suffered from depression for a long time, because I was just like, what in the world? What am I doing? What am I doing? Where am I going? Like, what is this? And I started telling myself, Debra, get rid of the past, which is lived. Get rid of the lived. Plan for the future, but do not worry about the future. And be more aware of what you are in now.
Yeah.
If flesh is okay, then we're fine. Yeah. We're fine. As long as you have me, self, you're great. And that's just bringing the the dark and the light together and becoming one. I am just now getting comfortable with being one within myself. And I'm not scared to show it and, share it, because I've had to work through the dark night of the soul, in order to get to the light. And I'm not going to tell you that there won't be another dark night of the soul when it comes time for me to level up again.
And I think that's an important, absolutely. I will say that, because I mean, I'm glad you mentioned that, because I think a lot of people think that it's just this one stretch you get through, and it's not. And that's the thing with awakening, enlightenment. Like, there's no finish line. You don't get a trophy at the end. You don't get a medal. You don't get a title. You're not better than anyone else. Life is just about just growing. You just want to
be good. You just want it to be good, and enlightening people. And I have to say, even if it's good or bad, enlightening someone and being able to allow that person to know your point of view. I'm not trying to force spirituality on anyone, because I know who I am.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? I know what I have created. Mm-hmm. I am visualizing now what I created 23 years ago. Yep. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that is working at a funeral home, and me and you've had, and we'll go into a later topic on that too. Yeah. But I have now went back and connected the dots, mm-hmm. and really seen that you projected that. You know, mm-hmm. what I'm saying? You being who you are, and you asking the universe. And at the time when you asked for it, mm-hmm. you were not prepared for it then.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The universe knew when you would be prepared to take on the job that you have now. And mm-hmm. I don't even call it a job. I call it a calling, because of the fact not everybody will be able to do the things that I do here in this funeral home.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It's a big.
Let's get into that a little bit, and we'll have you back on. I know we've been on for, let's say, 20 something minutes, I think. Yeah, we still got some time. But go into that a little bit more, because, and we talked about that briefly, our society especially, and I've learned a lot from like Eastern philosophy and Hinduism, which has led me more to Christ and his teachings and stuff that I missed as a kid, even though I was put through a heavy dose of it. But the one thing that in our culture, death is frowned upon. We spend most of our lives avoiding death, all the while missing mm-hmm. life. We don't worry mm-hmm. about living life, but it's such a taboo here, and nobody wants to be. I mean, it's crazy, like
nobody wants to die. Mm-hmm. And the reason why nobody wants to die is because they fear death. Mm-hmm. They fear it. They fear it. They fear hell. They fear, what is it going to be on the other side? Mm-hmm. You can't worry about what's going to be on the other side.
Yeah.
You got to worry. Don't worry about anything, because the more you let go of, mm-hmm. the more forthcoming you will be.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? The more Absolutely. You will do. But I remember going back to the projection of the funeral home and being able to connect the dots. I was married at the time, mm-hmm. and I was sitting across. It was funny because we were all sitting around the dinner table, and it was a gentleman that was kin to my ex-husband's stepmother. Mm-hmm. And we were all sitting around, and we were talking one day, and I was, I had just recently went into cutting hair, mm-hmm. and had a couple of clinicals at a funeral home, and mm-hmm. kind of got the gist of things. And just so happened he was sitting across the table, and he said, this is a pretty popular business to get into, because there's not many people that can do it. Mm-hmm. And I looked at him, I was like, I think I could do that.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, not putting any effort behind it. Mm-hmm. Lo and behold, 23 years later, here I sit. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it's like, wow, the things that will happen if you just allow them to happen. Yeah. But going in here, I tell people, is it an easy job all the time? No, it's not an easy job all the time. You know what I'm saying? Because I still have feelings. I'm still a spiritual being. I still have emotions. I'm a woman, I still live in the flesh,
Mhm.
you know. I There are tougher days than others.
Mhm.
But I do look at it as me being able to go in here and still shed light on the ending part of life,
Yeah.
and what we consider life.
Mhm.
Um, we'll go into that subject another time
I
as far
definitely
as
want
what
to.
we feel like is after life. But
Mhm.
I um I, I feel like I'm here to preserve, a I'm here to preserve what I can and be able to teach through what I can, what I can up here as well.
Mhm.
They look I tell the morticians, they're like, you're always a beaming light when you walk through the door. And I'm like, that's just because y'all are up here, and y'all don't see, y'all don't. It's almost like they're hermits. You get what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Mhm.
They don't talk much about what they do. You get what I'm saying? Because they
Mhm.
have they have a critical job. They
Mhm.
really do.
Mhm.
And just being able to be in here with them and just sharing my experiences and
Yeah.
being able to enjoy and work on the deceased is
Mhm.
it's amazing. It's the most uplifting experience you will ever be able to experience in your life. It is. I I,
That's
I
pretty
can't
special that you can say
explain.
that
I
because I
can't
don't think many
explain it.
people would wanna be around it at all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you're right. You're
Yeah.
right. And this is what I tell everybody. I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of people that say, "Oh, I think I could do that," and I'm like, yeah, you can do. Yeah, it's all right to talk. We can talk about doing gangster shit, but when it's really time to do gangster shit, you ain't really ready to do it. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it's one of those things that everybody can say, "Oh, I can, I can, I can," but really get up here and experience it.
Yeah.
Experience it. Take it day by day and really know, what this, because they come in here and they tell all kinds of stories. The deceased tell all kinds of stories just looking at them. You
Wow.
can just look at them and tell just, if they were spiritual, if they took care of themselves, if they did, or
Wow.
if they had a hard life. There's all kinds of things that go into it. But what it also teaches you is now. Now, this is now.
Yeah.
Experience now. Feel the vibration within your body and experience now. Calm, cool, collective, being able to breathe fresh air.
Mhm.
It's so amazing. It's amazing. It is amazing. I could not I can't explain
Yeah.
the joy I get out of it. I can't explain.
Well, that's a
And
beautiful thing, and I can only imagine to have that in front of you, like, definitely puts a lot of things in your life in perspective.
it does. It
Yeah.
does. It wakens you up to a whole different world.
Yeah.
And that's what I said is when I came in here, what I consider downloads.
Mhm.
When I came in here, I was a little skeptical. I
Mhm.
was. But once I got in here and I did like the first, second week, I've now been in here now for a year.
Yeah.
I've now done this for a year. And every day it feels like my first day.
Yeah.
It feels like my first day. I mean, it is so it's
But you're also providing a service, like, to the deceased to make them look better on the and for their
on their
family. Yeah.
yeah, where they're
Yeah.
going home.
Yeah.
What us Christians consider us Christians,
Yeah.
spiritual beings.
Mhm.
Because I don't care. I feel like you can go in, any spiritual book as far as Jesus's, the Quran, any
Bhagavad
of those.
Gita, Tao Te
All of
Ching,
them.
the Tao Te Ching. Yep.
You can go into Hindu.
Yep.
All of them have the same basis behind them.
Amen. 100%. And I've read them all. I agree
Exactly.
completely.
And I've told you before, I haven't read them all.
Mhm.
I haven't read them all. But what I do know is I know that they know of a higher being.
They
You
do.
get what I'm saying? They know of a higher being, and that's what you are supposed to know, is that there is a higher being. And when there's a higher being, nothing cannot, it cannot happen. It cannot not happen.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? It
Absolutely.
has to happen. If he or she, because we don't know what it is, you get
Mhm.
what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But in knowing that, we know that it'll come back tenfold.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? That
100%.
it is projected back to us.
And Hinduism, like that taught
But
me.
I get it.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Hinduism.
Oh, just like it taught me so
You said
much.
Hinduism. It kind of cut out there for a minute.
Yeah, it taught me so much about like, the reverence that other cultures and religions or spiritual practices have for Christ. Like I think religion,
Right.
organized religion, is in a way tried to keep us separate. It's designed to keep us like, this is my version of God. You're wrong. I'm right. And like, man, like,
right.
Go ask. I mean, Jesus
That's
is revered in every, oh my God, he's revered so much in so many different cultures and religions and faiths. And
well, and Christ tells you, he tells you that you have that inside of you. You've got to find it in order to be able to experience it.
Yep. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And the difference between he and I and you is that he had someone write a book for him. And we are doing a podcast. So
exactly.
if this, if someone gets, this podcast, I'm hoping that they will actually see, that it's only to better them. You get what I'm saying? We're not supposed to look at the Bible and think, oh my God, if we open that, it's gonna tell us all. No, it's telling you his story is what it's telling you. It's telling you history, his story, his story. Just like if I was to write a book, it would be her story, but we would call it his story.
Yeah, absolutely. I like that. I do. And I think that I've learned too. I think there's so many people get caught up in the weeds of biblical stuff. Did this really happen, or is this version right? I mean, I think a lot of it's probably allegorical, like Jonah and the whale. I went back and read Jonah recently. Somebody mentioned it on a podcast, and I think that analogy, like, was a man literally swallowed by a whale for 3 days? It's not very likely. However, the point of the story is he was running from his calling from God, and he got swallowed up. We get swallowed up by whales in our lives. We have whales in our lives, whether it's financial struggles or marital stuff, or like that.
I mean, there's so much that goes into it. Just the daily struggles.
Yeah.
Let's talk about just the daily struggles of what people don't see are, being able to pay your bills and being able to be, being able to say Musa, at the end of the day, because my power's still on, my lights are still on.
I've had all that shit cut off too, man. Yeah, absolutely.
and it's and when you're able to say that, that is projecting from you. That has come from you. You get what I'm saying? And the projection of the universe has come back to you, what you projected out. You get what I'm saying? It's a vice versa. If I go out here and I work hard and I make what we consider the notes money, they tell you money is the root of all evil. Why? Because everybody thinks it's tangible. Everybody has to have it. Everybody has to have it. Why? To live in a 3D world. Everybody has to have it.
Ralph Smart's the guy I watch on YouTube a lot.
I watch him all the time.
Yeah, I love it. Deep divers. But he always says, like, of all the species on the planet, there you go. Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. But I love when he says, like, of all the living beings, humans are the most evolved, the most smartest, yet we're the only ones that have to pay to eat and sleep and live.
Right.
And I think you're right. A lot it's that 3D system. I'm not like going against it, like we have to get rid of all that or whatever.
No,
but it's
because I think this is just our day and time. Back and when I go between Jesus and Jesus. You will just follow along.
Yeah.
But back then they bartered.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They bartered. Whoever had, whoever could make iron made iron. Whoever could, it's different. Different day
trading
and time.
Goats and shit.
You get what I'm saying? Believe you me, I would it had been much easier probably to do that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But back in those times, but now trading goats and pigs and stuff like that, now we can't do that. You know what I'm saying? It's just, not unless you just find you a community that's what y'all do, you
Yeah.
know. But here now we have to work. We have to put forth an effort. We have to go out here, and tackle many things in life, um and the everyday struggle as far as people who are going, who are spiritual, just like you and I, that are caught up in the matrix and don't know how to get out. And instead of just coming back to now and letting now work, now is work, even though regardless if you feel like that or not, now is work. And the more you go into that, you will see that it's an ebb and flow. It's an ebb and flow. It just comes and it goes. Some days we're good, some days we're bad. Some days it's all about being human. It's all about, we are all still human, regardless of how we look at it. You get what I'm saying? And you and I just want to enlighten people. We just want to enlighten people to come on up. It's okay. It's okay. Whatever you believe in, just know that there's a higher power, and be enlightened, and open up your mind to different to different ideas, to different ways of believing. The faith that you have in your heart. That's all that's what he tells you. Have faith. Have faith. Okay, well, if you don't have faith, if I don't have faith, that means I ain't got faith in myself. So I have to have faith in order to get my butt up out of the bed every day and to make it to work. You get what I'm saying? But spiritually, it's a belief. Faith is a belief. You have to believe that the faith is there. The belief that faith will always work for you.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's
all
a
about
tough thing to do. It's a tough thing to let go of that. And I think that's our egos and trying to control everything. And, we've just been brought up, especially in that 3D world, to control everything and go get and go beat and be better and accumulate.
And the
all
only
these
thing
things.
you can control is yourself.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Absolutely.
I can't control this. If this car decides it's going to break down, I can't control that. You get what I'm saying? If I can control what goes on with me, but I can't control what goes on with Lance.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? I mean, there's a lot that goes into it. And when I say let go, we all fight letting go. We all fight it because we were taught to hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. And when you just let go, it feels so much easier.
It does.
It's like a breath of fresh air. It's like it's a taste that you won't ever get. Again, it's amazing when you can let go and you can feel it, touch it, taste it, see it. And once you see, you cannot unsee.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I could not agree more.
That is a power, and people are like, what do you mean by that? I'm like, if we started here, I would not be able to, you would be lost.
Yeah.
You need to find who I am first and then come forward.
Yeah.
And then in doing that, we will be able to create, a boundary between you and I, and we will be able to feed off of that. You get what I'm saying? And some people will get it and some people won't, know, and that's what I tell everybody. When you deep dive, as Ralph Smart says, it's a deep dive. It is a deep dive, and some of us get it and some of us won't, and some of us will cycle out of here and we'll have to start all over again.
Absolutely. I agree completely on that. I think we've been wasn't raised that way, but Ram Dass and Eastern philosophy especially, I believe we've been taking births for eons. Ram Dass talks about, or maybe the Buddha was talking about, and Ram Dass talks about it, whatever. Like if you get a bird that's flying over a mountaintop holding a silk scarf, and if it every 100 years flew over the mountain and draped the silk scarf across the mountaintop, as long as it would take for that silk scarf to wear out a valley, that's how long we've been taking births.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. And I think every, and in spirituality, I don't know about you, but I see not taking life so serious. I'm not saying don't take it so serious, but I'm saying serious, not to the point to where that if it's, we all say it's what, If it's meant to be, it'll be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you're right. If it's meant to be, it will be.
Mm-hmm.
But in taking that, do your part in
Yeah.
trying to make it be.
Yeah.
Or not to be.
Inspired
Which
action.
one? Which side are you going to be on?
Yeah.
You know. It's all about your perspective. It's all about being able to open up your mind and being able to retrain yourself. It's all about being able to speak knowledge and being able to get a different view from Lance's view, from my mom's view, from it goes all the way across the board of whose view, and take bits from that and say, well, I still got this, but I'm gonna apply this.
Yeah.
Broaden your horizons.
Absolutely.
See views from different, see the view from not your rose-colored glasses, but from actually real life experiences.
Yeah.
And being able to uplift and say, okay, today's the day I move forward.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people that are still back here in the back saying, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. When you got to go. You've got to come forward, because you are going to, if you're spiritual, you are going to be pushed into it.
Yeah. 100%.
And the universe will create it to where you come full force. And
I've been pushed
tell
into
me,
it.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm being pushed into it every day. And, yeah, I know that I can't do what I used to do, and I'm okay with that. Like, something changed. It was killing my soul. And not that I can't do other sales things, and there might be an opportunity. It didn't work out, not meant to be, but I also, in a lot of ways, feel like Jonah, that I've been running from what I'm here to do. And that doesn't work. It doesn't work. You can only fake people for so long, and you can't do it.
Right. And when you said that you had gotten up, it was January, what did you say, January 11th?
It was January of 2011.
You said 2011. You said that you got up and the awards and stuff that you had got were not rewarding.
Yeah.
That it was because it was man-made.
Yeah.
It was something that, okay, I've worked my ass off. And this is what I've got. I've got it. It's tangible. It's tangible. I got it. But is this what it's about?
And I was making more money than ever, but like, it's not about that either. That truly is not what it's about. It is not what it's about. And I would not, the people that I've life coached, like, that's what's fulfilling. And to know that you're making a difference, that you change someone's life, and you can't put a price on that. You cannot. That's what life is about.
There are so many people I come in contact with every day, Lance.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably just behind the chair, I cut anywhere from 16 to 20 heads a day. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. And I always start off with, how are you today?
Yeah.
And if it's something negative, that I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. That's what I feed on.
Yeah.
And I try to build them up from there. I mean, I try to just keep, come on, we're going to lift it a little bit higher. When you leave out of here, your vibration is going to be okay.
Yeah.
You're going to be okay. You're going to walk out of here and you're going to see like the trees that are green. You're going to see, go out there and smell fresh air. It's okay. We're right now. What is plaguing you in the next 24 hours? Step back and allow the universe to know that you are in the now.
Yeah.
Let me know that you are in the now, and I will help you out of this.
Yeah.
I will steer you in the right direction to get you where you need to go. We are never complete until the day that we die, until our maker shuts off our life.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And we sign back on, however we sign back on to come back into this 3D, 5D, 10, wherever we're going.
Yeah.
Okay. Because what I do know is, the more faith that you have and the more that you believe within yourself, you can do anything.
Yeah.
It is nature. It's just the law. It's the law of the universe. It just comes back and forth. You get what I'm saying? And maybe we need to go on and put out there, you might need to start reading, the 48 laws of power. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? That,
Hmm.
there's a lot of things that are in that, that you'll grasp to, and you'll be like, wow, it makes sense. Compare books. Start going in and comparing books. Get you a Quran and a
Hmm.
Bible and
Hmm.
go. And what you will see is it's written different,
It's the same
and
message.
it's the same message.
It's love. It's love.
It's love.
Yeah.
And that's all that the universe wants you to project. We are human bodies experiencing life here on earth, being able to be in this vessel and to project light. It's amazing.
Yep.
We're you and I
Mhm.
could probably walk in somewhere, and the energy that comes off of you and I, people probably wouldn't even be able to stay in the place, because I've had that happen. People turn around. I mean, the moment I walk into a facility, they turn around, they look, and I'm like, it's not because of my hair. I've
Mhm.
always gotten it because of, just regardless.
Yeah.
I can smile. This white hair is odd automatically. It's just the change. They're just like, I either get, oh, you're beautiful, or it's just something. They just compliment and compliment, and that's what enlightens me. Is I know that when I walk into it's not that I'm glamorous. It's not that I've got long luscious gray hair. It's not that I'm skinny. It's because I project a light that cannot be denied. You get
You
what I'm saying? I
absolutely,
know.
you absolutely do, and that's precisely why I had you on today. I love
Hmm.
your energy. I mean, just even doing this with you for 30, 40 minutes, like I'm more uplifted from your energy. Like
Right. Right.
you definitely exude it, and I think that's something that we all have inside of us, and it's about learning to allow, like you said, to allow it out, to be present, to not worry about shit that bogs us down, and just be grateful and be
Why
in
should
what
I
God.
worry about what Joe Blow down the streets, doing, when I need to be worried about now? And not worried.
Yeah.
Let's take worried out of the equation. What I need to be doing now
Mhm.
as a being, and doing what is necessary to make the next now
Yeah.
worth living.
Yeah. Agree.
When I go to bed at night, I want to be able to say, I did that podcast today with Lance.
Yeah.
That was pretty fucking awesome. I enjoyed that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I want to be able to be real with myself. If I'm
Yeah.
not real with myself, how can I be real with you?
Yeah.
And that's real talk. Real talk,
It's
and
authenticity.
it's exactly, it's all about being authentic to yourself. And when self is authentic, self presumes light.
Yep.
Self
100%.
can project light into another one's world
Mm-hmm.
that will either uplift.
Mm-hmm.
They might not accept all of it, but
Mm-hmm.
it will uplift you, and
Yeah.
it will bring your vibration up to where you can see that life is not so bad.
Yep.
Life's not so bad. We're sitting here for a reason. We're sitting here for a reason, Lance.
And we're absolutely 100%. And we're here to be that light, to share that light, to like you said, share. I mean, we never know what a smile is going to do for somebody. You
You
never
don't.
know. You
You
never
don't.
know.
You don't know what conversation it's going to hold. You don't know what you're going to get out of it. You don't know if it's going to brighten somebody's day. I mean, there is so much to come out of it. It's amazing. It's
It
amazing.
is. It does.
It is amazing.
I
It
love
is
your
amazing.
energy. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you. No, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. I
Will you
really
come back
do.
on?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
We can
Yeah,
pick
definitely.
topics and do like short ones like this. I'm trying to build it and keep them kind of shorter while we're getting up to speed.
Well,
But
but
I love
yeah, and
your
I
energy.
understand that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
understand that, because I was saying, when we was talking earlier, probably, just 30, 45 minutes uplifting somebody, just
Yeah.
allowing them to know that, hey, this is world. This
Yeah.
is life.
This
This
is
is
real.
us.
Yeah.
Come on, it's okay. It's
Yeah.
all right. Come on. Come on, go in and get you some of this. We got you. Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. But
Awesome. So
Yeah,
you
but I
gotta
appreciate you having me.
absolutely. Thank you so much. I'm glad we worked it out, and
Right.
I'd love to have you back on more. We'll talk about it. I'll be in touch, of course. I
Definitely.
love your light.
Definitely.
I'm gonna have to keep
Definitely.
coming and keep my hair looking good. It was way too
Yeah.
long last time. So
So I'll be on your side of town Saturday.
okay, cool. I'm
Yeah.
not there yet, but I will be
Right.
doing that. I'll be in touch for sure. But
Yeah,
thank you so
definitely.
much. I love your light.
Thank
I
you,
love
Lance.
your
I appreciate
energy.
it.
I definitely want to have you on and hear more about your experience in the
Yeah.
mortuary and
Yes,
what that
definitely.
experience
And that's
is.
what I told you once. I'm all about being authentic. I'm all about sitting out here, and allowing people to know that, hey, life is what it is.
Mhm.
And I'm not telling you not to hold on to some of your beliefs, because what you were taught and some of your beliefs are, make you who you are.
Absolutely.
But experience life through your eyes, not through everybody else's eyes.
I love that. And I
And
think one of the most important things, because it's not like you said, it's not about shedding what you've been taught. It's about learning to see it with a new set of eyes.
right,
Man,
right.
I mean, I was in a hardcore, like, I went to church 3 times a week and chapel 5 days a week and had Bible every day for 12 years. And it was rammed down my throat and I pushed away for a while. I mean,
Right.
I was never like atheist, but like, I was like, enough of that shit. And
Yeah,
I
because you
missed the
start
true
questioning,
messages.
well,
Yeah. Yeah.
why should I believe in this when I don't even, first of all, I don't even understand it.
Had it not been
I
for
can't understand it. Yeah,
His guru, Christian Das, some of these other people, I would have never gotten Christ's teachings. Never. And I went to school 12 years for that. Rammed into my head, rammed into my head. So it's not like
yeah,
you said,
it's
it's
amazing.
not about changing what you believe. It's about learning to see things through a new set of eyes.
Right,
100%. I love
right,
that.
right,
Awesome.
right. And
Thank you
once you
so much.
see, you cannot
No,
unsee.
you're right. 100%. Kind of like
So
psychedelics.
thank you again,
We
Lance.
touched on that too.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. We'll go
absolutely.
on that one too.
There we
Yeah.
go.
But
Thank you
we got
so
all
much,
types
Deb.
of topics. Thank you so much, Lance. I
All
appreciate
right.
it, babe.
Have an awesome weekend. And I will be
Peace, love, and light.
love and light. Take care, Deb. Thank you for
All
coming
right.
on. And
Uh-huh.
if you enjoy the show, please hit like and subscribe. I always forget to say that.
Please do. Please
Yeah, Deb
do.
will be back. We'll have her
Yeah,
energy
will
back
do.
on here. All right.
Thank you,
Thanks,
babe.
everybody.
Appreciate it.
Thanks. Bye bye.
Bye bye.